Recently we saw the biggest updates to the GoPro Max so far, and in case you missed them, I'm going to run through them and tell you what I think. My name is Rich, and if you're new to this channel is dedicated to making 360 easier for everyone, so you can have more fun with your 360 camera. So please hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss out on new content. The Max now has a 25% faster offload speed when offloading from the app to the phone. I shot a 1-minute clip with the Max and then downloaded it to the app and then offloaded it to the phone. And the offload speed on the old firmware took 3 minutes and 34 seconds. After the update, I offloaded the same clip from the app to the phone and it took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So 25 seconds faster, which isn't quite 25%, but it's still faster. In hero mode, you can now use horizon leveling in hero Timewarp and hero photo mode. In 360 mode, they've now added time-lapse video and time-lapse photo. We already had Timewarp in 360 mode, and that enabled you to select different speeds that would create a final video that was either 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, 15 times or 30 times faster than normal speed. The good thing about Timewarp that was already on the Max was that it told you how long you had to record for and then how long the final video would be. With the addition of time-lapse video, the final effect looks very similar to Timewarp, but the way you set it up takes a more traditional GoPro approach. So with time-lapse video, you select how often you want the camera to take a photo, which is 1 frame. And you can choose from every half a second, 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds and 60 seconds. And the frames are then made automatically into a time-lapse video. So with the time-lapse video and the time-warp video, you have 6 different speed options to choose from. Personally, I think the Timewarp mode that was on the GoPro Max originally has the better blending across all of the images and just gives you a smoother result. The time-lapse video mode just gives you a slightly different look and is a little more choppy. And with the newly added time-lapse video mode, you have to calculate how many frames you want to shoot over how long a period in order to achieve a certain length of final shot. And with the Timewarp mode, it's all done for you, so you don't have to calculate anything. I knew the time-lapse video was a feature that was missing, and it does usually appear on all GoPro cameras. But adding this feature now, I don't really feel like there's much benefit when you have got the Timewarp video. Let me know in the comments if this was a feature that you were looking forward to seeing on the Max. You can now also select time-lapse photo mode in 360, which instead of creating a video, it literally takes a photo every 2, 5, 10, 30 or 60 seconds. The benefit here is that you have a lot of individual high resolution 360 photos, but the disadvantage is also the same. You're going to have a lot of high resolution 360 photos. So bear in mind, for every 1 second of video that you want to create, you're going to need 25 to 30 photos. And you'll have to import these into an editor, and you take 1 frame from each photo in order to make up your 1 second of video. Now this process is fairly easy to do, but does take longer. I haven't tried editing the time-lapse photos in the app. I don't think it's possible, but if you have tried it, then let me know. Now onto the big one, which is slow motion. Yes, thank you GoPro, finally. An action camera isn't an action camera nowadays without slow motion, and when the GoPro Max was launched in November without the slow motion feature in 360, there was a lot of disappointment. So now you can shoot 3K video at 50 frames per second and 60 frames per second in 360 mode. As far as I can work out, you have to import these clips into the story editor in order to convert them and play them back in slow motion. This is a bit annoying because I would like to reframe the 360 image and see it in slow motion all at the same time. At the moment, by not being able to convert it to slow motion until you then take it into stories, it's like you're editing it twice. The slow motion images look great, but it's a shame that they haven't competed with Insta360, where you can have 3K at 100 frames per second and 4K at 50 frames per second instead of 3K. Obviously I'm not an engineer and I'm not that technically minded, but I don't know why is it so difficult to add 100 frames per second or 50 frames per second at 4K instead of 3K. So it's without question that this is an update for the GoPro Max, but it's not really a big update in the same way that you'd see a big update for the Insta360 1R camera. With Insta360's big update last month for the 1R, I struggled to include all of the features and all of the updates in one video, and I had to choose the highlights. There were just too many to choose. And that camera has only been out since January. We've waited 6 months for this big update with the Max, and it still doesn't compete with the Insta360 1R and still doesn't put it on a par in terms of all of the features that it offers. I'd still like to see tracking in the app, longer exposure times for 360 photos, the ability to increase the speed of a shot beyond 4 times speed, and also a completed and finished desktop editor. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this update. Were you pleased, disappointed, or was it what you expected? And let me know what's on your GoPro Max wish list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.